Well, here comes a crunch game. So much depends on this. Expectation and nerve. It is indeed a heady mix. Red is the colour, the only colour. We bring you this game, of course, from Old Trafford, Manchester. So it's down to business here. Well, there's the unmistakable figure of Dimitar Berbatov. There was never any question of leaving a man of his talents on the bench.
Yeah, you can't question this guy's abilities or his track record. Yet it's funny how he remains a divisive figure.
Well, that was that languid style, wasn't it, which does have its detractors.
Yeah, he's a player who's always been extremely calm and he likes to kind of think on the ball. Some say that was lazy, slowing the game down a little too much, but I've never seen it that way.
Cantona unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. Oh, that's a key interception. Great ball, and he's in here. Well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
Giggs. Now it's Cantona. Played out towards the right wing. Beckham. Reinders with the slide tackle there. Foden. Liverpool still without a single shot on target. He's in a great position here. Played back in. Beckham. Manchester United deciding to turn to the long ball now. That is pretty evident.
Yeah, it is clear that they've decided to take...
Can he finish? Goal! Manchester United! Really tidily gathered and ultimately a more than tidy finish.
Way too good, Peter. Too quick, too smart for that defence, who were made to look a little lost, in all honesty.
So we have had the first significant moment. It is 1-0.
Well, he's certainly happy with that after what's been said in the build-up, you know.
The pressing's intense and it's paid off. And it's Van Nistelrooy. Saliba. Threads one in. Oh, well played, well played. Foden. Is there any support? He might not need it. Berbatov. Foden. And it's Reinders. Steaming on goalwards. He's been bundled over. That is a foul. And he has shown him a yellow card.
Well, I think the alternative was to stand there and do nothing while he tried to score. And obviously he's not going to allow that, Peter, is he?
Reinders is standing over this one. Great chance here to level it up. He's gone for goal.
Size really matters, and it's time to make it matter now.
Shapes to shoot! Decent enough try.
Yeah, he may have snatched it down a bit, even though it was quite close.
And the pass is intercepted. But it is clear to see that he is not at all happy with that.
Ah, he made it look...
And the finish! Oh, special! That is a special goal! A finish of true class! They have grabbed themselves an equaliser!
Well, they were starting to look more and more threatening, Peter, so this comes as no surprise. The fans here are pretty fired up now.
The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
Liverpool grab the equaliser and we're all square.
Well, I'd happily watch this every week, Peter. This is exactly what you want from a big game.
Now that's well seen too. Van Nistelrooy. Challenged just a bit on the firm side. Liverpool have a free kick. The referee has resisted the temptation to go to his pocket. It's just a stern lecture.
Well, it was deliberate, it was cynical, and you have to understand the frustration of being denied a clear opportunity, but it had to be done.
So the last big chance perhaps before half-time.
I think there's actually a quiet confidence in pulling this off.
Going for goal! Oh, the ball's run loose here. Rice. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Oh, now this is interesting, and the referee has pointed to the spot. Liverpool gifted a massive chance. A lot of furious gesticulation, but it is never going to make the referee overturn a decision.
Yeah, well, they were exposed and vulnerable, and he knew he had to do something to prevent a goal then.
To turn a deficit into a lead. And they've turned it round. A time for a cool head, and that is precisely what he showed.
Yeah, the keeper was trying to make him think that he was going to dive one way here. Could have just held a little longer.
Goal! Number 21, Van Nistelrooy.
And the half-time whistle goes. Well, what a comeback. Certainly I didn't see that coming, nor I think did many in this crowd. The midway point of the game.
Well, Peter, I'm just thinking of the best way to describe that. Frantic, frenzied. It was unmissable and it was irresistible. Forget about the analysis on this one, just enjoy it.
Liverpool head into the half-time break with a narrow lead, 2-1. And we're underway again. Oh, easy pickings there. Looking to play him in. Oh, well played. That has snuffed out the danger. Well, the idea was a good one. The execution of it, not quite so.
Yeah, he just didn't seem to get enough on the pass, Peter, did he?
Well, the counter-attack will come to nothing because that is an errant touch.
It speaks for itself, doesn't it? Best left there.
Foden. Scholes. He steps in, and that's the end of that. And here's Cantona. Skillfully cut out. He is so at ease on the ball. Manchester United appear to be happy to let their front players stay up front all the time.
Well, it's signalling to the opposition that they're setting themselves up for the counter-attack. It's plain and simple.
You would think that now would be a good time to consider some changes.
It's about risk-taking and boldness now. Are we going to see any activity from the bench?
And it's made its way to him.
Well, that's certainly more like it. They can't let the intensity drop now, Peter.
This is a really front-footed approach.
A lucky break would certainly help their cause now.
It's all a little bit desperate, but it's got the job done.
Well, that tackle was...
Chance! Foden. And they can counter here. And here's Cantona. Foden. Liverpool do have a chance to counter here. And this is Van Nistelrooy. Now it's Foden. Foden running with the ball. He's picked his way through.
I think the message here is quite clear, Peter. They want another one and will seemingly keep going until they get it.
Now who's going to be first to this? And the whistle's gone, presumably for offside.
Substitution for Manchester United. Number 8.
We have got changes here, from both sides in fact.
Well, there is that saying, Peter, that if it isn't broke, don't try and fix it. But I suppose you don't want to risk anything in a game like this.
Just 5 minutes left. And smartly reclaimed. Irwin calmly anticipates. And the shot's on here. And he's in on goal. Tries a shot! It's in! They have stolen level at the last! Well, one moment you're in possession, the next you're picking the ball out of your own net. That one will sting.
Well, Peter, they should just never have lost the ball from there, but you have to give credit and fairness to the front-footed pressing too. Made things quite uncomfortable for them.
And it didn't take... So nothing between them in 90 minutes, and we are in for extra time.
Well, there was very little between the sides all the way through, so extra time is the correct next step.
And now, please turn
So 90
towards the
minutes
screen
couldn't produce a
for
winner,
the
and we have
presentation
extra
of
time.
performance today. Substitution for Manchester United. Number 22, O'Shea.
No winner in 90, 30 more to come.
Number 33,
Liverpool conceded an equaliser late on. Now they have to do it all again. Do they have what it takes? Now it's Cantona. Ruben Dias cuts it out. Irwin makes the interception. Goes looking wide. Now it's Cantona. Palmer. Alexander-Arnold. Now, what about a counter-attack? Oh, that's well spotted. Vieira. Now it's Cantona. Alexander-Arnold. Now it's Owen. And that's it for the first half of extra time. Well, it has been a punishing game, both physically and mentally. But does either team have what it takes to find a winner? Exhaustion, physical and mental. Will we find a winner? They have played themselves to a near standstill. What is left in the tank now? Alisson breathes a sigh of relief as he gets his hands on the ball. And it's Palmer. Palmer goes steaming forward. Palmer! Liverpool have it back, and great chance!
I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
And that is as far as they're going to go. Plays a sharp little ball here. Great defending, strong and determined. Now it's Tonali. Good ball, good take. Brilliantly cut out. There's the whistle, and it is going to penalties.
It's a big well done to both defences for refusing to buckle under the pressure. Fatigue with focus is not the norm.
Now the time for brave hearts and strong minds. They could really do with scoring the first penalty. One 0.
He knew exactly what he wanted to do there and executed it perfectly.
Palmer is engaging in a bit of mind games before stepping up. Coolly done, one each.
Always a little more pressure when you're trailing, but it didn't show.
Irwin is the second man to step up for his team. Oh, Cooley does it.
I thought he did really well to hold his nerve then and score that penalty.
So, the second man in line. Good penalty, just steered it the other way.
How confident was that? Backed himself all the way.
Rooney is the third man to step forward. No, he's hit it right at the goalkeeper.
I suspect a change of mind could have been the problem then.
The third man in the queue.
Well, he totally nailed that penalty, picked his spot, and didn't change.
Manchester United are looking to keep pace here. And he puts it away.
I thought he did really well to hold his nerve then and score that penalty.
He steps up to take the fourth penalty. He has nerves of steel.
Well, you can't approach a penalty with any doubt, or you'll have to rely on luck.
Manchester United are looking to save match point. And stuck away with ice in his veins. Keeper did plenty right, but couldn't save it. Fingernails disappearing fast all around us. It is down to him now. That's won it! Perfect result, perfect outcome. A test passed with flying colours. Well, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion.
Against Portugal.
There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. So that's got things underway.
Well, Peter, there's goalkeepers, and there are great goalkeepers, and then there's Oliver Kahn. He's in a league of his own.
Well, he is a goalkeeper. David Villa! Oh, the ball's run loose here. Swings in and another try! It's in!
Listen, the big names earn their reputations for precisely the reason we've just seen. They have a habit of making their presence felt, and here we are, early stages. He struck one, and he looks hungry for more.
Satisfyingly simple. There's almost a sense of beauty to this.
Yeah, it all came from some really smart movement, Peter. Did the defence let themselves down by not picking him up? I think the boss won't be amused.
Portugal finding themselves unexpectedly behind. More and more pressure on the ball here. Couldn't squeeze it through. Pass somewhat off target.
Portugal are really in a position where patience and prudence will serve them best. Time's on their side.
And this is it's Raul! And he was there to get a vital touch.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
Iniesta. Barcelona applying the press here, a high press.
Yeah, we see this so often these days, but it does demand...
There's the shot! Oh, taken with style! And they're at it again, in double quick time! And that really is so impressive.
Oh, that's wonderful to see. The run was explosive, the finish exquisite.
Things starting to look very comfortable.
You can really sense how important this goal was for them. They needed it, now they have it.
Now that looks a decent ball. Oh, perfectly measured that. He's got away. He's had a shot! It's a goal kick. And here's a player who has defined a generation. Now it's Villa, and this is Scholes. Now that is a hefty challenge. Some excellent tackling here, and that one a perfect example. Scholes! Approaching half-time and still behind. Can they make something happen now? Van Bronckhorst. Raul. Judge, surely! And it's in! Half-time rapidly approaching. That could be a big one. His position was perfect, the invitation was there for him, and his response absolutely clinical.
And the first thing he's going to do here, Peter, is thank his teammate for the pass. It put it on a plate for him.
Portugal get themselves back into contention.
Well, there's a real sense that the momentum has shifted here, Peter, and the crowd are reacting to that now.
And the half-time whistle goes. So we have here a genuinely competitive game with neither team truly in control. A single goal the difference at half-time. It is quite a game, breathless and laced with excitement.
Well, it's a lead that's by no means convincing. The manager can't go too easy on his players here. I think they need to re-establish that focus and try to lift the purpose again. They'll want a good start to the second half.
And hostilities have resumed at the start of the second half.
Portugal really need to bring up their intensity.
And he shoots! Decent enough try.
Owen certainly knows that he's missed a real chance there, but he can't dwell on that. He needs to pick himself up and move on.
Neither of these two want to come off second best. And this is Bale. Now, has he got the beating of his marker here? Iniesta. And it's Iniesta. Iniesta looking to penetrate opposition lines. That's an imaginative pass. And this is Bale. Big chance! And the finish! No mistake! Portugal are level. And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
This has become one superb game of football.
Well, this is to be expected, Peter, when you've got two strong teams of fairly equal standing. The outcome should all come down to finishing.
And the pass is intercepted. Is there any... It's roll! Denied by an instinctive save.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
Neymar. Now Otto. And they're not going to make any further progress now. This looks... And the shot! And he comes up trumps again. Otto. David Villa might just make this. Zanetti. Closing in on the last quarter of an hour. And this is Raul. Well cut out, no margin for error there at all.
Well, there's no doubt that they want to win this, Peter. They'll have to maintain the energy and dynamism until the very end, though.
Now it's Villa. He's beaten the last man. Bit of an appeal, but nothing doing. David Villa had a really good go at breaking through, but ultimately he was just... Oh, what a... Bale! Goal at his mercy, and somehow he's missed it.
It's a very watchable game, isn't it? Any goal from here could well be the winner.
Barcelona disappointing in the end there. They lack urgency.
Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now.
That's really well cleared. And this is Bale. And this is Raul. He's on it. Can he get away? And it's made its way to him. Crossed into the middle. Puyol clears it away. And that is as far as it goes. So it does end all square. Inspiration, perspiration, both on show. Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now. Well, colour and passion just oozing from the stands here. These fans love their football, and we're about to be dished up a feast of it. And we're underway. Who do you, Jim, see making the difference here?
Well, Peter, this guy, Alexis McAllister, is someone whose stock rose dramatically due to his exploits with the national side. But he's someone I see as a born footballer. I mean, he can play the 6th position, he can play in the number 8 position, but I feel he's probably best suited to the number 10 role because I think he has that creative edge, he has that craft, and that's where he should be.
It's Adriano! And the keeper has reacted superbly there.
Adriano clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
Well, height could make all the difference on these set pieces.
And that has been cleared. He's tried one! Oh, he gave that an almighty thump.
Yeah, it didn't come off, but you can praise the drive and the application. It was beautifully hit.
For a moment you felt that was going somewhere, but they'll have to go again. This looks promising. Adriano! A collective sigh of relief from the defence.
That's great industry from the front line there. A lot of chasing, a lot of pressure, and they forced the error.
That is a jarring tackle, but apparently nothing wrong with it. And here's Shevchenko. Portugal yet to have an attempt on goal. You have to say that was an exemplary tackle. Stopped him dead in his... Takes a shot! Oh, denied brilliantly!
Shevchenko actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
It's their second corner of the game. Saliba with the clearance. Leipzig have their third corner. Big header! Goal! Leipzig! Great corner, and he did the rest.
He did so well there, attacking the ball the way he did. He got a strong forehead behind that one.
So we have our breakthrough.
Well, I think the next 5 to 10 minutes will call for real fun.
It's Adriano! Oh, nearly, but not quite. Oh, what's he done? He's one-on-one, shapes to shoot! He has done it! And they're at it again, in double quick time. Well, there was to be no other outcome.
Well, you've got to give him credit for pressing so quickly there.
Leipzig are now luxuriating in a 2-goal lead. Shevchenko! Oh, fine stop from the keeper.
Shevchenko is offering a wry smile there.
So their fourth corner of the game. Throw in. Well read, and the danger is averted. And he's there to make the challenge. Beckenbauer. Schlotterbeck.
They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
Portugal are in need of a lift as we head up towards the break. Oh, what has happened here? It's run loose here. And he shoots! Oh, how good is he? Oh, it really is a finish of the highest order. Well, how's that for a class finish?
Ah, that's just clever. He made the keeper think he was going one way, only to outfox him by going the other. Very nice.
Portugal get themselves back into contention.
Well, there's a real sense that the momentum...
Shot, surely! Now that is commitment to the cause. They're up to 5 corners now. Right card! Good try. The outcome could so easily have been different.
Yeah, he may have snatched at that a bit, even though it was quite close.
And that is a little undercooked. Schlotterbeck. And the first 45 minutes are up. So we have here a genuinely competitive game with neither team truly in control. A single goal the difference at half-time. It is quite a game, breathless and laced with excitement.
Well, it's a lead that's by no means convincing. The manager can't go too easy on his players here. I think they need to re-establish that focus and try to lift the purpose again. They'll want a good start to the second half.
And if you have just joined us, well, we've just begun the second period here.
Well, I think in these circumstances, it's all about how to adjust the balance of your team. I mean, you want to get back in it as soon as possible, but without leaving yourself too open.
And no, that is pretty much the end of that. Adriano. Van Bronckhorst. And he plays one through. He's found a way through. Real and Hullet! Oh, wonderful effort, all by himself.
Hullet clearly is trying to be too clever there. He should have gone with his instincts. Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose.
Yeah, they just simply want to engage the counter-attack.
Van Bronckhorst is one of those players who's known for reading the game better than... He gets big! No, he didn't quite meet it right.
Leipzig really are good at what they're doing. They'll gladly take any opportunity to launch that counter.
Nice looking ball. Dink through. Oh, super ball. That'll be a corner. That's going to go a long way. Strong challenge. That could leave a mark. Neymar. Now it's Bale. No outsmarting him this time. And here's Bale. Raul. Real chance! No mistake! Portugal are level. And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Portugal are such an adept counter-attacking team. They produced something out of nothing there. A few seconds was all it took for them to convert a defensive situation into a goal, and it's very impressive.
Substitution for Portugal, number 11.
So, time for changes on both sides, actually.
Coming on the field.
This has become one superb game of football.
Number
This is exactly the kind of contest you'd expect when you have so much class from both sides. The next goal is going to be so significant.
Couldn't squeeze it through. Well, it looked promising for a moment, but it came to nothing. Tries to play it through. That has been cut short.
Concentration levels are very good, and so is the commitment. This game could yet yield a winner.
Bellingham! Tries to get it clear. Into the last 5 minutes. Albertini. Now it's Mbappe. Tries a measured ball.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
That's a throw.
Substitution for Portugal, number 14, Xabi Alonso. Coming on the field is number 5, Conte. There will be 3 minutes.
Well, that might be that, Pete.
Could be danger here. Chiellini. For Bale. Now it's Raul. The counter is on for Portugal. And that is it. The referee has seen enough. Well, nothing to separate the sides in the end. Not for the want of desire, drive or determination. No complaints. So what do you take away from it all, Jim?
Portugal can always take more positives from a result like this. Yes, there is some tidying up to do, but some real promise too.
Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now. Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. So, it's away we go then. Well, plenty argue, Jim, that Lothar Matthäus is the complete footballer. Do you think so?
Yeah, he's a goal-scoring number 10 and a sweeper all in one. That's a pretty unique skill set. His career is all about leadership, glory and superb character.
And not a few goals, actually.
Yeah, of course.
Now it's Raul. Well seen. Saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
Chiellini calmly anticipates. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Looking for options. It's Raul! It's hit the upright. That's going to go a long way. And here's Aubameyang. That's a sharp pass.
Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
Oh, that's fabulous. He's been taken down and the referee has pointed at the spot. So a big, big chance now from 12 yards. This to make it 1-0. And he's buried it! 1-0. Not a twitch, not a blink.
You know, he would have been embarrassed had the keeper held his position then.
Portugal are in front now, the game's only goal.
Well, this will present the manager with a few interesting options, Peter. Try sitting on this or push on with the opposition now forced to come out.
Oh, facing up to his adversary, this is a formidable matchup. Now he's got space here. And they're quick to get it back. He's got away. Rijkaard did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise.
That appeared to be an inevitable outcome. Too much traffic.
Now it's Raul. Mateus. And he plays one through. He is through here. Good take, and is he in? Chance! He has done it! And they're at it again in double quick time.
Yeah, a fantastic run and a fantastic pass to play him in. Both needed to be timed to perfection, and they were.
So that's 2 now without reply.
Well, with this kind of authority, Peter, why not push on and totally kill this off?
Mateus. And we have our very first corner. Portugal are looking to go forward now. And this is Raul. Raul! Tries to get it clear. Bale. Now that looks a decent ball. Always onto this. Raul picks it up out wide. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. This possibly the last play of the half. Oh, what a... Oh, crossbar! And that has been cleared. Good effort, and it is right on half-time.
Well, it's hard to say whether a 2-goal advantage under these circumstances is decisive or not, but so far I haven't really seen enough to indicate that the opposition can come out in the second half and improve to that degree.
Portugal ahead 2-0, and they are looking good. And we're already back up and running after half-time. McAllister, that is ended up in no man's land. And a chance! And the ball's come loose here.
Portugal are clearly playing a patient game here, looking to pick out those runners.
Yeah, that's a lot of the forwards, this style, doesn't it? You need them to be very sharp, chasing non-stop, running after lost causes.
Yeah, and you need a lot of movement up.
And a shot! Sticks it away! The second half off to a spectacular start. And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
Well, it's an inspired substitution. Terrific move by the boss.
I think the manager's claiming an assist here.
This is threatening to become a really good game.
What a difference a half-time rocket from the manager can make. This is exactly the response he'd be looking for.
Xabi Alonso clears it away.
That's exactly what they need to keep doing. Carry on plugging away and eventually you might just get that little break.
Well, they're looking a whole lot more urgent now.
They just need to sort out their end product, and quickly.
Now this could be a chance. And he's had a hit! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
That's good running with the ball. That has been cut short. No way through. And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Neither of these two want to come off second best.
I think the message here is quite clear, Peter. They want another one and will seemingly keep going until they get it.
And that interception was... Chance for a shot! They've scored! Right back in it! Almost no time remaining. Game still on. There was no getting to that. No getting to it at all. Expertly done.
That's expertly finished, and he's done that so often.
Substitution for Portugal, number 9.
We have got changes here, from both sides in fact.
Number 20.
This has become one superb game of football.
Well, at this stage, Peter, it's going to come down to how badly they want to win this.
Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
Barcelona looking to pass their way through into the last 5 minutes.
Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now.
Xabi Alonso defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. Added time is up, and there goes the whistle. Decent game of football that, intense, intriguing, and both sides, as it turns out, unable to be separated. Your final thoughts, Jim?
Listen, the more this game went...
Well, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion. Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. So that's got things underway.
It's always nice to see the silky smooth skills of Robert Pires.
A really exceptional talent, and he could play alongside anyone.
Yeah, I'll go along with that. And I think when it comes to his position, I'm going to say probably space is it, because he finds it with such graceful movement, and his invention does the rest.
Tonali. Great ball, and he's in. Oh, shooting chance! Big moment! Massive goal!
Listen, the big names earn their reputations for precisely the reason we've just seen. They have a habit of making their presence felt, and here we are, early stages. He struck one, and he looks hungry for more.
You don't keep those outs. He knew, he just knew.
Oh, it was a real beauty, Peter, and what a
big chance! Now, who's going to be first to this? McAllister. Raul.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
Crunching tackle. Bale was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Messi. Adriano. It's Adriano! And he's taking no chances there.
Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left yet.
Raul unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. Costa Curta goes sliding in. Oh, it's come loose. It's a throw-in. .30 gone. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
Nicely worked. Oh, some tackle that. Well, he's not happy with that challenge, but the referee has let it go. Bastoni.
Portugal truly have no need to panic. They can reassess at half-time.
Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. And this is Adriano. In towards the backs. Pires! Didn't quite get enough on that.
That's good play. Plenty of targets in the penalty area and plenty of movement too.
Has a look and plays it forward. And again, they run up against stubborn defending. But they've got it again. And this is Pires. Driving on and making good progress. Referee's had a look, and he's blown his whistle for half-time. There's been no shortage of industry or intent thus far. A little inspiration and inventiveness, perhaps the only things lacking.
Well, obviously things are not good, Peter. It seems the team were just a bit too busy playing within themselves, too tentative. They have to improve and make it fast.
And if you're just back from your break, you've missed very little of the resumption of the second half.
Portugal can really do with some bigger names standing up here. At times they didn't even look as if they knew what they were doing.
He's in a good position here. And he's straight offside. Now it's Raul. He's gone for goal! And the keeper has reacted superbly there.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played. Size really matters, and it's time to make it matter now.
Adams with the clearance. And now a sudden chance to counter. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. Tries from distance. And this is... In he goes again! Sticks it away! They have hauled themselves right back into it.
Well, it looks like we have ourselves a real game here now, Peter. They've been rewarded for their courage, for their attitude, for their application, and now they'll want another.
You give him an inch and he'll take a mile. Such immaculate precision.
Well, I'm sat here, Peter, thinking that the keeper might have done a little better then. Maybe his positioning wasn't great, but then again, I don't think he had a wonderful view of it.
Portugal grab the equaliser, and we're all... Decent chance! Oh, denied brilliantly!
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
Gets a good foot in there. Milan appear to be happy to let their front players stay up front all the time.
Well, it's signalling to the opposition that they're setting themselves up for the counter-attack. It's plain and simple.
Well, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion. Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. So it's down to business here.
Lothar Matthäus is going to have a huge influence here, Peter.
Well, it's hard to argue with that. In any game at any time, he is as influential as they come.
Yeah, and he'll be right in the thick of it in the middle of the park, combining the roles of number 10, central midfielder, defensive midfielder. Sometimes he's even sweeper, so watch out for those late attacking runs from deep. And don't be surprised if he gets himself on the score sheet too.
Neymar looking to penetrate. It's Neymar! Oh, so close to what would have been a memorable goal.
He's the one player you want on the ball running at defences, and that's precisely why.
Bale. It's loose now and they want to... Oh, he's been... Big chance! Goal! Portugal! The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch, and they're dazed.
PSV are already chasing the game. They didn't envisage that. He's had it taken off him. And it's McAllister. Well, there is a look that says it all. A piercing stare.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they have every right to be.
Shapes to shoot! And that would have been some goal.
Well, such a fabulous run, and he was fully intent on rounding it off in some style. Great strength, wonderful skill, terrific balance, but he seems to have rushed the finish.
Now it's Raul. Knocks it out wide. And he's managed to get chance for a shot! Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it.
Can't be expected to deliver anything better than that. This is heroic keeping.
Tchouaméni did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. And he's picked it up out wide. Chance, surely! And that has earned a few nods of approval from the bench. PSV with the corner, they're first. And that has been knocked clear. And now a sudden chance to counter. Well, that's clear cut, it's a free kick. One 0 here just before the break, and it looks as though it's going to stay that way for now. And he has been fouled there. Well, you might think he got off lightly. It is just a verbal warning.
Well, it was deliberate, it was cynical, and you have to understand the frustration of being denied a clear opportunity, but it had to be done.
Bale is behind this one. Bale! Gareth glittering Bale! A finish right from the top draw. And this is getting better and better. That was beautiful. Something close to genius.
Well, he made it look effortless. Clearly a training ground perfectionist.
Portugal are sitting pretty, 2-0 up.
The turning of the screw comes to mind, Peter. They've got them where they want them.
Rubenina! Off the post! A reprieve, albeit perhaps momentary. Foot in. Oh, he's felt that, hasn't he? This possibly the last play of the half. And it's hoisted clear. And the whistle goes for half-time. What do you think we're up to after 45 minutes?
Well, I think things have worked out pretty well so far, Peter. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So I think the manager has to resist change at this stage.
Portugal in control at half-time, 2-0. There's the start of the second half. Nuno Mendes. Alvarez. Some excellent tackling here, and that one a perfect example. And he's having a go! Now, who's going to be first to this? Oh, he's been caught napping! Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest.
That appeared to be an inevitable outcome. Too much traffic.
Portugal with this handy-looking 2-0 lead. They are looking comfortable. Shoots! Now that is commitment to the cause.
They've got a healthy number of very tall targets to pick out from this corner.
That is lovely. No, he refuses to take the bait. Neymar. It's Neymar! A real chance and a real let-off.
Well, that always looked a little ambitious for me, but still, at least he had the confidence to take it on.
That's a lovely, neat pass. And here's Bale. Bale! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
Some resolute defending there.
Well, it seems as if he's just had a momentary lapse and slipped into tunnel vision, because he had good options around him and he failed to get his head up.
Tries to play it through. He could be in here. He came in hard, very hard. The ref's been lenient here. I doubt he'll get too many more chances. He's shaping up to have a crack from here. A real chance then to ease this Alvarez! Oh, smart save. He had plenty to do.
Well, I thought his starting position was good, and that helped the keeper to judge the flight of the ball and deal with it well.
And that is as far as they're going to go.
Substitution for PSV, number 15.
We have got changes here from both sides, in fact.
Karl-Heinz Rummenigge. Number 9, Matthäus.
That has been cut short.
Number 14, McAllister. Coming on the field, number 18.
Leading by 2 and the finishing line in sight. Passes coming off in quick succession here. Conte, the man that is tenacity personified. And they're not going to make any further progress now. Owen. Romario. And Romario! Oh, and they really should have been made to pay. And it's Owen. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Added time is up, and there goes the whistle. Perhaps not quite utopia, not what was entirely desired, but most importantly, they have the result that was of paramount importance. Good enough in the eyes of... Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now.
Against Portugal.
Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up, and we'll be getting underway very soon. So it's away we go then.
I think it's only right for me to respectfully acknowledge Fabio Cannavaro as being a little giant.
Yeah, not the tallest of centre-halves, but amongst the most commanding.
Yeah, and whatever he lacks in height, he makes up for in other areas. Anticipation, timing and tactical intelligence, they're all top class.
Chiellini does well to get it back. And it's Chiellini. Dembele. There's the shot! They want to be quick to recover this. Oh, what a mistake! Oh, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Now that looks a decent ball. Can he get onto this? He's got away. Rijkaard, defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. And he shoots! Goal! Portugal! What an incredible feat! A legendary feat! 200 wasn't enough, nor 300. Now he hits 400. Calm, composed, confident. What a super goal.
Ah, that's just clever. He made the keeper think he was going one way, only to outfox him by going the other. Very nice.
Portugal are in front now, the game's only goal.
Yeah, and just as the manager's been reminding his play...
Oh, that's a foul in a dangerous area. And he is going into that little black book.
Yeah, well, they were exposed and vulnerable, and he knew he had to do something to prevent a goal then.
This certainly looks appetising, well within shooting range. So, a genuine chance to increase the lead. Bale! It's loose now and they want to get it back. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. And this is them. Shot a goal! And the two sides separated by the game's only breakthrough moment to this point. 1-0 the score. Neymar. Crunching tackle. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Well, that had the makings of something quite promising, but it's fizzled out into nothing. And that pass just didn't... Goes for a shot! They've done it! They have come roaring back!
Well, I always thought they had it in them, Peter. They upped the quality as needed, and once they got going, they were awfully hard to stop.
Well, one moment you're in possession, the next you're picking the ball out of your own net. That one will sting.
Well, a little more decisiveness on the ball, and that probably wouldn't have happened, but still, it was very well played. Great pressure to force the error.
That has certainly made things interesting.
This is exactly the kind of
And the shot! Oh, glorious! Batty goal! There was no getting to that, no getting to it at all. Expertly done.
That's expertly finished, and he's done that so often.
Well, this is what we've been waiting for.
It's so often the case with goal scorers, little influence, and all.
Dembele gets through on his own. Bit of an appeal, but nothing doing. And we hit half-time. So, engaging and still right on edge. Plenty of signs to suggest this will turn out to be a really good one. So there was the first half.
Well, Peter, I'm just thinking of the best way to describe that. Frantic, frenzied. It was unmissable and it was irresistible. Forget about the analysis on this one, just enjoy it.
So we're just settling back into this second half.
Well, I think in these circumstances, it's all about how to adjust the balance of your team. I mean, you want to get back in it as soon as possible, but without leaving yourself too open.
And here's Bale. Some excellent tackling here, and that one a perfect example. The referee's awarded a free kick. Dembele gets into a good position. And that's gone. He's going for goal! And that is wildly off target.
Well, I suppose he was being urged to shoot. Maybe the crowd will stay a little quieter next time. Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose.
Yeah, they just simply want to engage the counter-attack.
Now it's Dembele. Can he get on the end of this? Chiellini kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. Chips it through. Rijkaard calmly anticipates. Aït-Nouri is the type of player who always likes having a bit of space in front of him. Chiellini did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. Bale. Aït-Nouri. Now, can they get him away? And instinctive, he gets big! Harmlessly behind.
Substitution for Barcelona, number 8.
Both sides then taking this chance to turn to their benches.
Xabi Alonso. Coming on the field, number 2, Baresi. Number 21, McAllister.
Poorly directed kick from the keeper, he's given it away. That's a good run he's making there. Xabi Alonso. Now there's a fine ball. Lovely ball. Can he finish? It's in! It's level again! What a match we have!
Oh, what a fabulous game this is. It just keeps getting better and better.
Oh, that is a sweet finish, gorgeously controlled and ruthlessly dispatched.
Yeah, the touch before the finish is so often the critical part, and we've just seen an example.
Quite a thriller this one's become.
Well, at this stage, Peter, it's going to come down to how badly they want to win this. Barcelona really can't be faulted for their attitude, and if they go on to win this, it'll be fully deserved.
Nicely weighted ball. Dembele tries a shot! Goal! Barcelona! And they've got their lead back. Was there ever any doubt?
Well, when you get in that position, it's all about composure. Panic can't come into it, and it didn't.
Barcelona take the lead.
Listen, when it comes to goals, Peter, in this team, he's always the #1 contender, and he's done it again.
Well, that tackle was certainly sturdy. That looks a foul. Yep, referee's given it. Looking to go deep. Firmly met. Owen. Added time is up, and there goes the whistle. Well, what a game. Unpredictable to the very end, momentum shifting this way and that. The kind of match, as neutrals, we all love to come and see. Well, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion. There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. We have already started here. Jim, which player is best equipped for this game?
Well, I think the fact that this guy, Saliba's starting, I think that indicates, Peter, you're looking to play out from the back, and he's shown to be very confident and comfortable on the ball when it comes to moving it forward. He'll see a lot of the ball, and sometimes he'll go direct from back to front.
No argument from me on that front. It's easy to see how his presence alone affects both sides. Out towards the flank. Zanetti got a long way forward to join the attack. That is good alertness. Played out towards the right wing.
They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
McAllister has given away a free kick.
Yeah, we're actually currently watching a contest of insipid probing. The only way is up, I hope.
Well read, nice interception. Looking for the run. Now it's Bale. Saliba does really well to win the ball there. Costa Curta. And here's Pedri. And it's Veron. Over to the left. Crosses it in. It's a mighty effort. Oh, surely that deserved a better outcome.
That definitely had the element of surprise to it. Clearly came in when no one was expecting it, and it was drilled.
Schlotterbeck does well to stand firm and defend it. Nicely weighted ball. Oh, that's and a chance! Goal! Portugal! And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Just when they thought they may be in at one end, they end up shipping a goal at the other, and it's all due to wonderful counter-attacking. They hardly had time to even react, and there's only one word to describe that: clinical.
Portugal have broken through. It's 1-0.
Well, this will present the manager with a few interesting options, Peter. Try sitting on this or push on with the opposition now forced to come out.
Schlotterbeck gets over and intercepts. Xavi Alonso. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. Nicely aimed pass.
Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
And the two sides separated by the game's only breakthrough moment to this point. 1-0 the score. Oh, that is a good... And he shoots! And for a moment, time stood still.
He's a lucky boy there. You lose the ball like that, and usually you're going to get punished.
Chiellini.
There will be 1 minute added time.
No, he wasn't being taken in by that trickery. Referee's had a look, and he's blown his whistle for half-time. So a steady, solid and more than satisfactory first half. They've got the lead, and that gives them something to build on after the break. So your views on the first half?
Portugal really have looked very good in transitions, so I'll be expecting more of the same in this second half. They just need to remain patient and just wait for that chance to break again.
Portugal have made the crucial breakthrough, and they're looking pretty satisfied at the break. And we are already promptly back underway.
Portugal really need to go and grab another goal now, Peter, if they're going to go on and secure this.
Neymar is a player who barely needs an invitation to shoot. Portugal just about have their noses in front. It is the slenderest of leads. But it is clear to see that he is not at all happy with that.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no less.
Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending and they got away with it.
Yeah, they showed a vulnerability until the move was stifled. That'll have stirred a little concern.
He's going for goal! Oh, that is outstanding! He's got himself an absolute peach. Two to the good, and they are purring, absolutely purring. It's full on! McAllister is always looking to break lines. Well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
Ibrahimovic, now it's Forlan. Passing is crisp and sharp, and he's straight offside. Xavi Alonso, now it's Bale. And he's been shifted off it. Saliba, defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. He's shifting through the gears here.
Yeah, I think if that can be repeated, there's a good chance of a goal.
Oh, good play on the left-hand side here. Rijkaard. Pass is coming off in quick succession here. Nesta. That's a good ball out wide. Portugal can consider themselves just about safe now. Neymar. Neymar puts his foot on the gas. Nice try, but he wasn't buying it. And the counter is on. Can he get it through? And the assistant referee has his flag raised for offside. Neymar has been booked, just to confirm, for that earlier incident.
I just think it was a cheap foul to give away.
No, he wasn't going to be fooled. Rui Costa. Out to the left it goes.
This is the time you need that pace.
And the referee brings it to a close. What a satisfying performance. A performance at times of determination and occasionally magic. Simply, they had all the right answers. So what do you take away from it all, Jim?
Portugal definitely impressing me here.
Well, what a sight this is. A beautiful evening and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing. I'm Peter Drury and this is Jim Beglin.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Drury, and hello to everyone.
Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. The action has already started.
Well, as box office names go, Peter, David Beckham is right up there.
Yeah, he gets the turnstiles clicking, that's for sure, but footballing qualities?
Well, I think any defence is going to be nervous because of the sheer quality he can produce.
Batistuta! Oh, it's fallen kindly here. They've scored!
Listen, the big names earn their reputations for precisely the reason we've just seen. They have a habit of making their presence felt, and here we are, early stages. He struck one, and he looks hungry for more.
And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
Yeah, his instinct told him that the keeper would struggle to cope with that, so top marks for him following up. I think it's really sharp play, it was well read, and he was a little quicker than everybody else.
Portugal are already chasing the game. They didn't envisage that. Van Basten. Oh, well played, well sorted out. Nicely weighted ball. Looking to play him in. He's shifting through the gears here. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through.
Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left yet.
That's ruffled a few feathers, but well dealt with. Chiellini. Portugal are seeing plenty of the ball, but for now they trail. Challenge just a bit on the firm side. Well, you might think he got off lightly. It is just a verbal warning. It's a good 30, 35 yards out, this. Denied by a great piece of goalkeeping.
Well, I thought his starting position was good, and that helped the keeper to judge the flight of the ball and deal with it well.
Now it's Bale, and this is Raul. Now he's off and running. And that pass is somewhat less than ideal.
Manchester United clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
Raul, and he's lost his... Shoots! It's there! They have hauled themselves right back into it.
Well, they were starting to look more and more threatening, Peter, so this comes as no surprise. The fans here are pretty fired up now.
Calm, composed, confident. What a super goal.
Ah, that's just clever. He made the keeper think he was going one way, only to outfox him by going the other. Very nice.
That has certainly made things interesting.
Well, this is to be expected, Peter, when you've got two strong teams of fairly equal standing.
It's Bale! That is special! Gareth Bale! Smiles broad and beautiful. That is a cracking hit.
Oh, give me this every week. The technical ability was superb, and you can see he meant every bit of this.
Well, this is... And we hit half-time. Well, what a comeback. Certainly I didn't see that coming, nor I think did many in this crowd. And we are up to the break.
Well, Peter, I'm just thinking of the best way to describe that. Frantic, frenzied. It was unmissable and it was irresistible. Forget about the analysis on this one, just enjoy it.
Portugal head into the half-time break with a narrow advantage. It is 2-1. So we're straight back at it at the start of the second half. And here's Raul.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
And it's Xavi Alonso. Neymar. That's really well cleared. Xavi Alonso is always scanning the pitch for targets. And there's green grass ahead of him. McAllister. Oh, that's sweet, almost telepathic. Shot, surely! He's got a goal! Two to the good, and they are purring, absolutely purring. That was easy, almost too easy.
Some great movement here, and the pass was perfect. All he had to do was just apply the finishing touch.
So the lead now is 2.
They've seen the light, and the opposition have been left in the dark.
Bale. Now that looks a decent ball. Oh, it's Rijkaard. Beckenbauer deals with that comfortably.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
And he's chosen to go back.
He's got no choice here. He had to go backwards.
Yeah, he's fouled him there.
Substitution for Portugal, number 9.
So, time for changes on both sides, actually. Alonso. Now it's Neymar. Portugal do have options available on the bench if they want to go that way. And this is Owen. That's a bad place to challenge. What's he giving? The referee has given a free kick just outside the box. And just to confirm that the referee did issue a yellow card for that. Real chance! And that would have won it.
You could tell he wanted that too. Still, at least he can smile about it, seeing as they're a couple of goals up. Size really matters, and it's time to make it matter now.
And now a sudden chance to counter. Now it's Torres. Schlotterbeck. And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
He's through, now is he in? Oh, good ball. Chance for a shot! Euphoria, utopia, and they are cavorting. And they are tearing the opposition apart here. Simply breathtaking stuff. Well, how's that for a class finish?
Well, he's a defender's nightmare. You try to send him one way, and he just slips the other.
And when the manager called on him, he was only too happy to repay that faith.
I think the manager's claiming an assist here.
Portugal blast themselves into a 3-goal lead.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Looking for the run. Oh, well played. That has snuffed out the danger. Knocks it into space. Rijkaard. McAllister. And that will be it. They are pumped. Boy, they're pumped. A tough win earned through the power of will. And this place is bouncing. Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now. Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. So we're up and running. Well, there's the man we're all here to see, the thriller-minute Neymar. He really does turn every game into a showbiz occasion. So I wonder, Jim, what is in today's show?
Well, plenty.
Chance! That is a super hit, but it was always just off target.
Well, I think he surprised himself how he managed not to hit the target then. He seemed to believe it was going in.
Raul. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Well timed, excellent interception. Rivaldo. Alvarez. Passes coming off in quick succession here. And it's Xavi Alonso. And this is Bale. Well, that's an excellent interception. Now can he finish? Goal! Portugal! Well, how's that for a class finish?
Ah, that's just clever. He made the keeper think he was going one way, only to outfox him by going the other. Very nice.
I doubt very much that this was in the script. Portugal are seeing a lot of the ball and have a 1-0 lead to show for it. Wan-Bissaka. Portugal do seem to have a very clear game plan here, Jim.
Yeah, they're set up to play those long balls from deep, Peter. The front men have certainly been busy making the runs beyond that defence.
Well, it's a tried and tested formula, OK, but very demanding too.
Well, you need your boys up front to work extremely hard, and you need to get the passing right as well.
Bale! Sticks it away! Again, in a trice, and they are soaring! Calm, composed, confident. What a super goal. Portugal are sitting pretty, 2-0 up.
Well, that's really winded the opposition. You can see their manager screaming on the touchline, telling his team to calm down. But they'll need to do that pretty quick.
Terrific header! Relentless! Just relentless! They are really purring here, and they have extended their lead in the blink of an eye. The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Just when they thought they may be in at one end, they end up shipping a goal at the other, and it's all due to wonderful counter-attacking. They hardly had time to even react, and there's only one word to describe that: clinical.
Substitution in progress.
Time then for the first substitution of the game.
Well, he's going to inject a nice bit of pace into that front line, Peter, so I can see him making those runs in behind.
3-0 and things are starting to look awfully cosy.
Well, it's been an absolutely fabulous spell for them, and they're starting to look unstoppable. There could be more on the way.
And no, that is pretty much the end of that. Hazard receives it in a wide position. He is through here, and he's in on goal. Decent shot! Off the post. And that's left him on the seat of his pants. He's been bundled over, that is a foul. Well, that's a booking, always looked it.
Yeah, well, they were exposed and vulnerable, and he knew he had to do something to prevent a goal then.
Now, there are plenty in the middle waiting for this. That is some save from Khan. He's kicked it out just.
Neymar clearly thought he could deceive the keeper, but not like that.
Palestine with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. Portugal are looking to go forward now. The message is clear, none shall pass. Now it's Bale. Engages and forces him off the ball. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Steered out wide, but he won't reach that one. Well, quality clearly deserted him at the crucial moment.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they have every right to be.
Ball is over the line. Played into space out wide. Not pretty, but it gets the job done. And that'll be the final action of the first half. Well, who would have thought it? A huge chasm between the two teams already, and it might grow even wider in this second half.
It's an eye-catching scoreline, but it's a fair reflection on what we've just seen in this first half, Peter. Now they just need to make sure they retain their focus until the very end. No slip-ups.
Portugal 3-0 up at the break, precisely as they would have dreamt it. And if you're just back from your break, you've missed very little of the resumption of the second half. Played into space. Chance, surely! Oh, it's a beauty! Sumptuous finish, an absolute joy! Pomp, panache and passion. This, a man full of it all. A moment that needed composure, and he had plenty of it.
Well, he's a defender's nightmare. You try to send him one way, and he just slips the other.
And that means just one thing, match ball.
Well, you had to fancy him, Peter. He seems to be growing in stature with every goal.
Shot at goal! Really well taken goal. And he stuck it away as if laser guided.
That's expertly finished, and he's done that so often.
And it didn't take him long. Just sitting on the bench and waiting moments ago, already he has scored.
I think the manager's claiming an assist here.
Palestine grab a goal, but it's hard to see it as anything much more than a consolation. Looking for the run. Now it's Raul. Costa Curta. Neymar. Stood up well to him there. Batistuta. Costa Curta. And here's Haaland. Now it's Rivaldo. Tries the cross. Oh, smashing header! Xavi Alonso.
It's the sort of situation that they'll want to capitalise on now.
And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Raul. And it's McAllister. This looks promising. Chance for a shot! It's in! Comfort, yet more comfort, easing away. Well, how's that for a class finish?
Ah, that's just clever. He made the keeper think he was going one way, only to outfox him by going the other.
Oh, what a climb! Caught offside that time.
you